Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are unpacking the fascinating machinery of our government. Have you ever wondered how we build and manage everything from your local town all the way up to the entire nation? It's an incredibly intricate system, but by the time we finish, you're going to see exactly how all these gears turn together to keep our communities running smoothly.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll unlock some key government vocabulary, check out the 3 levels of leadership, explore the 3 branches of government, see exactly how laws are made, look at taxes and public services, and wrap up with your rights and responsibilities. Let's dive right in.
Section 1. Unlocking Government Vocabulary. The keys to the vault, if you will.
First up is Democratic Republic. This defines the actual system we live in. It basically means a country where citizens vote to choose representatives to lead them. You know, instead of all of us voting on every single tiny decision every single day, which would literally take forever, we pick specific people to make those decisions for us.
Next is an absolutely brilliant concept, checks and balances. This is a system designed specifically to share power so that no one person or group becomes too powerful. Think of it as the ultimate built-in safety net to keep things fair. And our third core term is jury. A jury is simply a group of citizens who help decide a court case. Definitely keep this one in the back of your mind, because we're going to see how everyday, ordinary folks step right into the driver's seat of the government later on.
Moving along to Section 2. 3 levels of leadership. We're going from local all the way to national.
You can think of our leadership structure kind of like a set of nesting dolls or concentric circles. The government starts small at the core with the local level. Then it expands outward into the state level, and finally, the biggest circle encompasses the entire national level.
So who's actually running things here? Down at the local level, like your counties and cities, you've got a mayor or a supervisor looking after your immediate neighborhood. Take a step up to the state level, like Virginia, for example, and you have a governor overseeing all those local towns combined. And then right at the top, the national level, the United States is led by the president.
Let's zoom in on that local level for just a second. To put things into perspective, the state of Virginia is uniquely divided up into 95 individual counties, which are run by elected boards who manage the day-to-day stuff.
But here's a really fascinating quirk. Right alongside those 95 counties, Virginia also has 41 independent cities. And independent literally means what it sounds like. They aren't part of any county at all. They operate completely on their own.
All right, Section 3, the 3 branches and how they share the power.
Whether you're looking at the state or the national level, the government leans on 3 main pillars. First is the legislative branch, which actually makes the laws. Next is the executive branch, carrying those laws out. And the third pillar is the judicial branch, the courts, explaining the laws. And the absolute best part, it's all held up by that vocabulary word we talked about, checks and balances. These gears interlock perfectly, so no single branch takes over.
Section 4. How laws are made. Let's look at the law cycle.
How does a random idea actually become a binding law? It happens in 5 crisp steps. Step 1, a citizen comes up with an idea. Step 2, lawmakers propose it as a bill. Step 3, it goes to a vote. Step 4 comes action. Maybe the governor signs it, or maybe they veto it. But look at Step 5. This is the ultimate check. If it gets vetoed, the assembly can actually override that veto with enough votes. Real-time checks and balances, right there in action.
On to Section 5, taxes and public services. Basically, how we fund our communities.
Running a country definitely isn't free, so citizens pay taxes, a small chunk of what they earn or spend, straight into a massive government treasury. It's the economic engine for the whole operation.
But that money doesn't just sit there gathering dust. It flows right back out to you to fund shared services. Locally, it pays for police and fire trucks. At the state level, it's funding public schools and highways. And nationally, it's paying for massive things like our defense and national parks.
Section 6, rights and responsibilities. Finding the citizen balance.
It's the ultimate balancing act. On one side, you get incredible rights, things like freedom of speech and religion. But on the flip side, to balance that scale, you have to give back through responsibilities. You have to obey the laws, pay those taxes, and yep, serve on a jury. Remember that vocabulary word? The whole democratic system completely depends on keeping these 2 sides equal.
To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. Out of all those responsibilities we just mentioned, voting, obeying laws, paying taxes, serving on a jury,
Which one do you honestly think is the absolute most vital to keeping our democratic republic running? It's a tricky one to answer, for sure. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.